Hello, this is Fernando Barella, and I think that it should be no surprise to those um, who are paying attention to the rest of the world. You know, a lot of people like to complain about things that are not really actually going on. You know, we've heard some people get on the news and call for the ceasefire of Israel, and people like me, well, you know, we don't want that to happen, you know, because we're thinking on a slightly different plane than you guys are. I know some of you like to interject that it has to do with race, and I'm trying to show you that none of this has to do with race. This is this is we're in a world war right now. This is a preliminary world war that we're in right now. And how we choose to win this will decide whether we really do go to war or we win this world war without having half the world's population to be extinguished. In Ukraine, there's a lot of Russians and a lot of Ukrainians that are dying right now, giving their lives for what's going on. So and then Israel and Gaza, or Israel and the Palestinians, there are people dying there. We're in a world war. I just don't think that anybody has kind of realized that we're in a preliminary world war. What happens after this, if we don't play our cards right, we will end up in a real world war. We're in it right now. We could still, this game that's going on, it depends how we win it. If we win it right, we will have to put our military weapons away. But I don't, I'm not there for all the top secret briefings. You guys might actually have it controlled, but we're coming up to the same conclusions anyways. Some things are are some of the things that they designed to let the public know is usually could be designed. Not all the time, but it could be. That's why people like us, we like to see if we can peer behind the curtain. You guys, there's a lot of, here in America, our culture we're always divided by race. And so you hear, you know, all these protests, stop hurting the Palestinians. All this has to do with race and 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 a certain race has a certain power or something like this. No, this is your life. You living in America, it doesn't matter what color you are. This will either help you or hurt you, and the way it would hurt you is by us losing. It can only hurt you if we lose. So it has nothing to do with race at all. Zero. Nothing. Anyways, just letting you know that I think that we're in a preliminary game that will decide whether we are in a sort of we are in a sort of world war already. As the picture starts to become clearer and clearer, I think we can say we don't fight wars like we used to, and because of nuclear weapons. If we didn't have nuclear weapons, we would probably be at war in Europe right now. And that's the reason why we're not in Europe right now, is because of those nuclear weapons. We don't even practice to even, we don't even try to, plan to win um, a situation like that, because nothing ever goes as planned. At the best, 50-50. Like you plan 100% of your plan, and as you start to go down, you might only end up using 30% of your plan. The best case scenarios are 50% of your plan. You know, so the plans kind of sort of go out the window. The original plan slowly sort of goes out the window right away, and you're constantly changing these plans to try to meet the end goal. And the end goal is what we're trying to get to. And so that's why we don't really plan to win a nuclear war. But this, though, we've created something new. This is a preliminary game before we actually start to use our military equipment. Whether that would be nuclear weapons or not, we might want to wait for the very, dire of situations you use them like they're designed to. And depending, those are all nice if everybody's going to follow the rules. We just don't know that for sure, but I think there's a lot of incentives that you would, at least negotiate until the absolute end of both nations, or both. Well, think of it as like the annihilation of yourself and the one you're fighting. When it comes down to it, that's exactly what it is. It's either the annihilation of all the things that you work for and what they work for. So anyway, Fernando Barella, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.